Hi everyone! Welcome back to my sewing tutorials, and for today's lesson I'm going to demonstrate on how to transfer the pattern to the fabric using the basic pattern that I've made before in our previous sessions from the front and back bodice and from the basic sleeve. And once you've learned the basic pattern drafting, it will be easier for you to create or design your own garment. And you can use this skill in building your own business too. So I encourage everyone to keep learning from my channel, and I'm assuring you that you can gain more techniques and methods in cutting and even in garment construction. So I already separated the front and back bodice and the sleeve for today's demonstration. Let's get started. This was the first pattern that we made before, and I separated already this. I separated the front and the back bodice, and this is how it looks like now. This one. So the pattern you've made like this, don't throw it or crumple it or anything, because we will be needing it in our succeeding demonstration. Okay, so we have to leave it there. Then this is now our pattern, and this is our old sleeve, the basic sleeve, which I made before, the 3 length. So I cut it from here only, here. See, the one you are seeing there now is this one. You are going to fold this. Later on I will teach you how to do it. So we're going to set aside this one. And these are now our patterns. So we have the front, the bodice, and the back. What we are going to do now, since our project don't have an opening in front or at the back, I'm going to make this neckline wider or lower. So from the pattern we've made before, the basic pattern that we've made, we can make different shapes from that pattern. So from here, since this one is the basic, we are not going to construct anymore or to make another pattern. So we can use the first pattern before. So we are going to move this one only, since there's no opening here. I'll be teaching you also next time on how to add the allowance here if there is button. Okay, but for this time there's no opening here in front and at the back. So this one, if we are not going to open it more here, it will be too narrow, since there's no opening. Okay, there's no button in front or at the back, so we are going to widen here. What we are going to do is, you measure 1/2 inch from the neck part. Okay, move 1/2 inch there. Okay, from this basic line here on the neck, from this mark down to 6.5 inches. From there, 6.5 inches, you have to measure it this way. You can see it, measure it this way. 6.5 inches is here. I'm going to do the like a V shape with the use of this hip curve. We are going to create this shape like this. Okay, so this will be our neckline, and at the back we are going to mark that also. Same thing, that we are going to move it away here. And then on the waistline, we're going to reduce to give a shape here. Measure 1/4 here inward, and then we're going to shape it this way. From there only, here just to, because there's no tacks on this one, there's no dart. Okay, you're not going to put dart, so that's the shape. Okay, we have to cut this one, cut it away, just to give a little shape. Okay, see, there's no dart here. And for the back also, we are going to mark it here. Just mark 1/4 here and then shape it. Okay, just to have a little shape there. Okay, there. Now we're going to mark the back here. You have to take this level also. There. We have to make it lower here also. And with the use of French curve, we are going to shape it here. This way. Then cut. Okay, that's it. Then this one is our sleeve pattern. Okay, this is our front. Okay, and this is our back. I need 1.5 yard for this project. Okay, and this is our fabric. This is what we call Katrina, and then I'm going to double fold it since there's no opening here in front or at the back. So I'm going to double fold it. This way. Just observe the way I do everything here, and I'm sure you will be a good tailor. Okay, I will do the front first. Okay. I'm going to cut this one now. This is now the shape of our and then so to be like this. You have to pin it. Just leave 1 inch here or a bit wider. On the seam allowance, I am just leaving 1 inch on the sides, 1 inch on the shoulder, and on the armhole is 3/8. You refer to my lesson in how to read fractions. If you don't know how to read the fractions of, or if you don't know the 1/4 or 1/8, like that. I have to move it a bit lower here. So this center fold will be here. It will be aligned here. And then I'm going to mark it this way. Trace it along this part. Then just trace it. Here, this is for the front. You know, this is, I am having a technique here. Even I don't have the, I have a tracing paper here, but I will show you also on how to mark it on the other side without the use of the tracing wheel and the tracing paper. So just do it this way. Just slip a little here, like that. There, you transferred already the mark. Then like this. Then just take this mark here and mark it on the neckline. There. That's it. See? And then pin it if you are not sure. Okay. Then pin here. On this area, on the neckline, I'm just adding 3/8 for the allowance here. So this is how to cut it. Okay. Use a sharp pair of scissors in cutting your fabric. And then on the shoulder, I'm leaving 1 inch here, especially if it is customized garment, okay? And here on the armhole, I'm just leaving also 3/8. Don't put 1/2 inch because that is too wide. Okay. Okay. And then on the sides, I am adding 1 inch also. And then here, on the lower part, on the hem, you add the 1/2 inch on the fabric also. Okay? Okay. So, this is how it looks like now. Then take your tracing paper, if you have a cutting mat, but if you don't have a cutting mat, just use your table like this. I've shown you on how to transfer without the use of this tracing paper and tracing wheel. Just do it this way, just like this. The mark is already there, and on the corner, or if you want to transfer this, just do it this way. Then on the sides, you can use your ruler or your pattern paper, or your, I should say, this tracing paper and tracing wheel like this. But if you don't have, you can still make your own clothing like this. And you're going to move that here, then transfer it. Okay. See, it's there, and there's no mark yet on the neckline, so I'm going to transfer that also. Okay, then pin it here. I'll set aside this one, and let's move on to the back. Double fold it also like this. If you can't see the mark here, but still okay. So let's go do same direction, but here take note that if you even you have a big fabric or wide fabric, then you have to be trained to minimize your materials. Okay, yes, you have to follow this part. The center fold must be aligned to the pattern paper. Then you have to check here in this area if it is still having an allowance there for this same allowance here. Have to check everything there. So you have to leave 1 inch there also, or 1 and 1/4 inch, to make it sure that it's enough for the shoulder seam allowance. Okay, so to pin it here, then here. You see, I didn't add an allowance for the sides, neckline, shoulders. Only the hemline is having an allowance. Okay. And this one, have to do it this way. See? And here you have to mark this. So this mark at the back and on the front must be equal when you stitch it. Okay? We are here now on the cutting, so you have to cut and leave an allowance with the neck part, 3/8 only, and then leave an allowance of 1 inch here on the shoulder. Okay, and here 3/8 also. Yes. Then here 1 inch. When you are cutting, avoid moving your fabric. We're going to transfer the marks here. If it's straight, you can do it this way. Straight line. See? Oh, the mark is already there. When I was still a beginner and I don't have this tracing paper and tracing wheel at home, then I'm doing this technique. You have to be creative. Don't just rely on the tools that you can buy in the market. See? This is how it looks like. Now you can cut your own garment. See, this is how it looks like if you don't have this French curve here. You just trace it this way if you don't have the French curve, like that. Okay, and here just do it this way. how it looks like. Trace until there. Okay, now we are ready for the back and for the front. Now let's move to the sleeve. Like that. See? Just trace it this way. So, okay, like that. You have to make it darker here. Okay, what we are going to do now is to cut the sleeve. You check your allowance in all areas. Then you trace it here, trace all sides. And this one, and here. And trace it like this one. Put the ruler here. Okay. This one is the front. I'm going to cut it. Leave an allowance here on the sides with 1 inch. Then at the bottom, you're going to add ½ inch here at this side. Then here, have to add 3/8. There. There. That's it. So make a knot here at the center point. Okay, this is now your sleeve. You see, the front is deeper than the back. Next is to make facing for the back and for the front on the neckline. Take your materials. We are going to get the back first. Actually, I don't need this much allowance here. We have to move it a bit here. We don't need to make it too wide. 2 1/4 is enough for the allowance. Okay, pin it here. Then there. See, you have to make this parallel with each other and cut it here. So you have to shape it. You have to cut the same shape with the body of our project. There. Then you are going to measure this with 2 1/4 inch. Okay, then cut it. We will cut along the mark. This is now our facing. Then we are going to transfer the map. Like this. Okay, this is now for the back. This is the facing for the back. Okay, get also the facing for the front. You have to follow that area also. You need to take your fabric there. You have to follow the shape of the neckline. This one must be aligned here. Okay, the one you are going to make. Everything must be aligned here and this area. There. Going to pin it together. Then cut it here. Then cut it here too. I don't need that much wide. And I'm going to transfer this part. Okay. And then remove the pins. Same thing. It's like 2 1/4 inch to be marked here. If you want a narrower facing, then make it smaller. If you want to make it 2 inches only to cut, then you can do it. Okay. We have 2 pieces of this facing, the front and the back. This one, front and the back. Then this is the body. This is the body and the sleeves. I have also here one more here. I already cut 2 pieces. This is it, and this is for the facing. Okay, but before the construction of this garment, we are going to put interfacing for this facing. We're going to put the fusible material here. We have to stick it here by ironing. That's what we call fusing. Okay, I'm going to do it now. This fusing here, I have to stick it now. So for the next tutorial, we are just going to construct this cut material. Okay, hope you enjoy learning from me, and if you do so, please click like and share, and click the subscribe button below for more updates.